So have you found the change in the back three over the first couple of games? I suppose you had Robin O'Connor at the weekend, but then also Vicky Arms-Killen against England. Have you found the change on the wing?
I'm finding it fine. I played with both the girls during the Wolfhounds and Celtic Challenge, so I think they're both brilliant talents coming through, and they're equally threatening. So it's been good to play for them and see them light up a little bit. It's been great.
It must be a privilege to play with someone as good as Bevan Parsons, especially in the form that she is now.
Yeah, 100%. I think Bevan's someone you always want to get the ball to and give her time on it and space, and she can light it up like 1-on-1s or 2-on-1s. She'll always get a bit of game line for us or scores. So yeah, it's been brilliant to play with her.
And that occasion at the weekend, record home crowd, obviously, what was that like for you?
Yeah, brilliant. I think the Connacht crowd really was one of the best I've ever felt. Even though it's not actually as close as to the field as you think, but everyone felt right there with us and really egged us on throughout the whole game.
And Robin O'Connor's performance as well, I suppose, big day for her.
Yeah, brilliant. I think it's always on your first cap you're going to be nervous, but I think she dealt with it so well. She got on the ball, her carries were good, she got her try. A try on debut is brilliant for her, so I'm delighted for her.
What does she bring that's different to maybe other wingers you've played with over the last couple of years?
I think something with Robin is she's always accelerating when she gets on the ball. She's always stepping, she fights in the contact. She just backs herself every time, and that's easy to give the ball to because you know she'll come out with something.
This fixture this weekend against France has obviously been built up as a bit of a revenge game after the disappointment at the World Cup. How much has that been a part of your week? Have you spoken to other players about that kind of those scars from the World Cup?
Not really spoke about that. I think we know how that felt. I think they're a different team, we're a different team. We've grown so much in the last 6-7 months. So I think it's about just focusing on the task at hand, knowing that we can take confidence from our last 2 games going into the weekend, and then knowing that when we get our opportunities we can really battle it out and take them.
What have you learned most from the previous 2 games?
Just that our mistakes cost us, and the least amount of mistakes we have, the more football we get, the more we get into our flow and connection on the field, and that we can use backs and forwards and have that balance in the game.
Can I just ask you finally about your kicking? I suppose it hasn't been something you got to utilise too much so far. You obviously have the GA background. Is that something you'd like to use a bit more going forward?
Yeah, I think it's always there in the locker. I didn't have to use it last weekend much because it was more of a running game for us and we were going well with ball in hand, so I didn't feel the need to, and we were exiting early with Dana's boot, so I back that every time. It's always in the locker. Never counted out. But yeah.
I know you said about mistakes, but there was a real difference between the England game and the Italy game. I felt, and like a lot of the handling errors weren't there. So that must have been really positive.
Yeah, keep this up, sorry.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think there's handling errors and then there's other kind of mistakes, system mistakes that we make. But I think that we built on the England week, and you're obviously going to get different pictures with different defensive lines as well. So we executed more during Italy. That was a focus for us. We felt more ourselves going into the game, so I think we righted some wrongs from the week before, and we were disappointed coming out of the England week, obviously, because we made mistakes that we wouldn't usually make. Going into Italy, I think we were pretty confident on how we can execute and what we needed to do.
And it must be really exciting, the attack really flowing against Italy. It must have been really pleasing.
Yeah, definitely, and I think we got to show off some of our game and what we can do, and there's definitely more to come.
And it must be great having that confidence now going to face France.
Yeah, 100%. I think we narrowly missed out twice last year against them, so it'll be nice to go and show off our game again and execute a few more things, fix a few things up, and go into the week feeling confident and brave.
And they're a team that can really identify space in the back. What are you expecting from them in attack?
I think it'll be varied. I think we're expecting offloads, we're expecting kicks, runners through the middle of the field. But we're ready, we've done our homework, so we're ready to go for that. And if mistakes happen, you just have to jump on the bounce of the ball.
And it's such an amazing stadium to play at, and you'll obviously get a lot of energy. How exciting is it to play in Clermont?
Yeah, I think it's such a big rugby city, and I think Linda used to play there and stuff, and she's told us so much about it. But it's going to be exciting. I think the stadium's a really good venue. There'll probably be a band, but yeah, it's really exciting. I think the French crowd are always a great crowd, whether they're for you or against you. They support rugby, so yeah, really looking forward to that.
Thanks, Stacey. I put up a video during the Celtic Challenge of you, kind of your communication with Robin to score a try. I don't think a lot of people know, but you are a major communicator and a leader on the field. Where does that come from? Is that something that comes naturally to you, or to be built up?
I think it's something I've built up. I feel like when I'm talking and communicating, I feel like more confident in what we're doing, and just helping other people out helps me out. So I think from sevens, it's a big thing. Like, you're pretty much one-on-one the whole time in that game. So having a teammate inside or outside of you chatting to you is always a big thing and always helpful. So yeah, I think it comes from there.
Perfect. And this is the first year where you're going into a third week in a row. How are the bodies feeling, and just the general kind of feel in the camp?
Yeah, it's actually really good. We've no big injuries at the minute, which is so positive coming into the third week. There's been a lot of players ruled out in the Six Nations and other squads, so we've been really lucky. Touch wood. Hopefully I didn't do so. But yeah, we're feeling good. We've had 2 big sessions this week, and I think we can take confidence from them and how we're feeling and what we executed in training going forward to the weekend.